Friends, welcome to the Daily Inch.
Hello.
While I'm away researching Murder Mile, here's a little treat to keep you entertained over the next 3 weeks. 15 little stories which are fun, rambly, informative, but not essential to listen to. Each story has been written and presented in a tongue-in-cheek way and are not for the easily offended. Murder Mile returns on Thursday the 24th of August 2023. But until then, there's this. The Daily Inch. Number 21. It just needs a plaster. When it comes to sickness or injury, too many of us are terrible at asking for help. We've all done it. Lying in bed with a cold, rubbing our noses as rampantly as a stockbroker snorting his Christmas bonus, looking as ruddy-cheeked as a Tory MP caught rogering a rhino's flatmate, being surrounded by enough rancid hankies to make even a teenage boy go, "Steady on, mate, it'll drop off," and being unwilling to seek any medical advice unless we've actually hacked up a lung, dislodged our larynx, or sharted so hard that we've turned our insides out and ended up grinning out of our own buttholes. But we'll be fine. Why? Because we've had a cup of tea with some lemon and honey in it. Somebody call the World Health Organization. I think we found a cure for everything. And that's the problem. We'd rather trust an old method than a medical expert. If you whack your shin, what do? Get it x-rayed in case you fractured the bone? Or rub it a bit? Ah yes, the healing power of friction, by making your skin a little bit warmer in a very specific place for a few seconds. I believe that's life-saving tip number 1 that all paramedics use when they attend car accidents. But sadly, we're all full of that kind of bullshit excuses. If we cut ourselves, do we instantly reach for the first aid kit? No! Firstly, we lick it, believing our gobs and phlegm are the world's most therapeutic balm, rather than rancid cesspits, containing as many as 650 different species and 20 billion individual bacteria. Let's be honest, folks, you'd be better off letting your dog hump it with his little red lipstick. And then, as if our kitchen comes complete with its very own on-site surgeon, we run the cut under what we call a hot tap, as if this tepid to lukewarm water will actually cauterize the wound. If only those brave soldiers in World War I had known that when they were about to be cut to ribbons by the German cannon fire at the Battle of the Somme, they could have been reassured by the officers shouting, "Don't worry about losing a limb, lads. We've got the taps on, and they're bloody hot. What? Come on, admit it. We're all idiots. If you eat an ice cream too quick, do you reach for a hot drink to heat up your palate and swiftly solve a chronic case of brain freeze? No, of course you don't. You rub your head, you stamp your feet, and you go, "Ooh," a bit. Again, if only Captain Scott and his Antarctic team had known that, right? When are we going to learn when is the right time to ask for medical help? If we were crushed under a truck, we'd probably ask for a plaster. If we were blown up by an atom bomb, at best, we'd probably ask for an aspirin. And even after our death, I wouldn't put it past us having these words etched onto our gravestones. "I'm fine. It's nothing. And I'll be alright in a minute. I just need a sit down." But if that sounds like you, let this be a cautionary tale. On the 13th of December 2008, 36-year-old Žydrūnas Sabiatas, a Lithuanian baker, was out drinking with friends when he saw his old home, a squat at 87 Telford Road in Southgate, North London. Seeing a light on inside, he and his pals walked into this derelict house to see who the new squatter was. Awoken by intruders, 44-year-old Matasala, the current squatter, believed they were there to do him harm, and as a heated argument developed in the darkness of the stairway, Mata grabbed a knife to protect himself against this gang of four, and the group fled, leaving Mata alone and unhurt. Being too drunk to feel the pain, it wasn't until Jadrunas got outside that he felt something sticking out of his head. It was the blade of the knife. Although embedded a few inches deep into his skull, he felt fine. And having refused to go to the hospital, he walked home, looking a little like a cut-priced Dalek. Back home, having got his flatmate to yank out the blade using a pair of pliers, he reassured his wife, "It's not too bad. It's just a small cut. It'll heal soon." And he showed no ill effects nor sickness. In fact, he enjoyed his Christmas, his New Year, and he and his wife were planning for the year ahead. But on the 10th of January, 4 weeks after the attack, having suffered an uncharacteristic seizure, a CT scan revealed that, although the blade itself had miraculously missed every artery, vein, and even his brain, the dirty blade had caused an infection. Pus had infected his brain, and on the 25th of January, he died. Tried at the Old Bailey, Matasala admitted self-defense and was acquitted of manslaughter. With Judge Gerald Gordon QC stating to the jury, "This is a rather sad case. You may think, not least because of the fact that he did not get treatment when he should have done, things might have been different." The Daily Inch returns tomorrow. And of course, there are 15 more Daily Inches if you scroll through Murder Mile's back catalogue. Thank you for listening.